What's up, all me Extras, Droids, and Wickies? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl. And once again, I'm going to be doing a classic Ethan Van Sciver type video. If you hear anything in the background, it's probably the hundreds of kids that are walking around while I'm trying to film a video. Because that's fun. That's what happens when you're on vacation, right? You're surrounded by family, nobody wants to leave you alone. So today I was like, I wonder what's going over on Twitter. And apparently everyone is losing their minds because this girl right here got cast as Snow White. Now, elephant in the room first off. What is the most signature thing about Snow White? Well, I'll give you a hint because it's in her name. She has very pale skin. She is called Snow White because her skin is as white as snow. This girl does not have skin as white as snow. That is, of course, the biggest thing that people are trying to point out. They're like, hey, it's a pretty big part of the character. And, yeah. Now, the actress herself that's going to be playing Snow White, Rachel, I have no idea how to say her last name. So Rachel even tweeted this: yes, I am Snow White. No, I am not bleaching my skin for the role. This, of course, got a lot of attention, and then what happens? Bam! Deleted. I was able to get a screenshot, and it's like, well, that's pretty promising, right? Now, honestly, when it comes to adaptations, or if you want to swap something, like let's do a race swap, so let's make everyone, I don't know, Hispanic, Latino, Black, Asian, I'm actually pretty open about that. When it comes to characters, I think as long as you do the rendition and have it make sense by like changing the setting of where it takes place, or if you just want to be straightforward and say, hey, guys, we're just doing a colorblind casting because we just want to hire the best people for the job because, you know what, this person is the best singer and then this person has the best energy. They're also a great singer and they just vibe well together. And we just want them to both be, character A and character B. And honestly, that's what they did with Brandy's Cinderella. And I remember when I was a kid growing up and watching that movie. That's a great freaking movie. Completely colorblind casting because they just hired the best people for the job. It's got Brandy, it's got Whitney Houston, it's got Whoopi Goldberg. Like, it's one of the most diverse and colorblind casts. But this is actually what happens when you just go and you're making a movie and you're hiring the best people for the job. Like, come on, Bernadette Peters as the stepmother. And I mean, okay, this is all of us kids, when we all watch this movie, me and all my friends were like, okay, Whoopi Goldberg is the queen, Victor Garber is the king, they're married, a white man, a black woman, and then they have an Asian son. Did it make any sense? Absolutely not, but we loved it. Prince Christopher Rupert, this dude, oh my gosh, what a heartbreaker back in the day. And him and Brandy were like, yes, when she finally gets with him. Whitney Houston is the fairy godmother. I mean, this is one of the greatest live action movie renditions of a Cinderella, or like a princess ever freaking made. And it is awesome. But again, this is what happens when you literally are just hiring the best people for the job. This is a fantastic movie. I'd highly recommend watching it. But because I saw this when I was a kid, back when people actually cared about art and telling stories and, just making a good product, this gives me hope when I see stuff like this, So because I have that, idea in my head and that stigma about, wow, the Brandy Cinderella movie was so good, or that, Brandy Cinderella movie was so good that hopefully this one will be too. My same thought process when it comes to the Little Mermaid live action and how they did a race swap with that. But so this is the article by Variety, so let's go check it out. Now, I got the article pulled up again. I'm on my iPad, so the ad blocker might not work, so I apologize if something just flashes on the screen. So, West Side Story star Rachel to lead Disney's Snow White remake. All right. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Rachel has been cast as Snow White in Disney's upcoming remake of the classic fairy tale. Rachel, who beat out many for the role, is poised for a major breakout. She is making her feature film debut as Maria in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, which bows later in 2012. Wouldn't you mean like debut? I don't know. And will also appear in the superhero sequel Shazam. Shortly after the casting was announced, Rachel enthusiastically tweeted, "I have manifested my entire life, I think. She also shared a video on Twitter meeting the Disney princess with the caption, "Homegirl, we have lots to catch up on." Ooh, let's check that out. Oh, how cute. So it's just like a little boomerang of her and Snow White meeting. That's adorable. See, so this is one of those things that shows me it's not like the Star Wars situation where they don't care and they don't like Star Wars, they're not interested in it. She is probably a big Disney fan and she's going to get to play Snow White. So that gives me a little bit of hope. Yes, obviously her skin is not white as snow, but again, maybe she is the best person for the job. I mean, she's playing Marie in West Side Story, so she must have some kind of, incredible singing voice. So, I mean, this honestly makes me more optimistic than the other versions of Snow White that we've gotten. Like the terrible, terrible Snow White and the Huntsman. That movie is absolute fucking shit. That is not a Snow White movie. That movie deserves to be burned and forgotten about and never looked upon again, except for the scenes with Chris Hemsworth just by himself. No dialogue, nothing. Just look at Chris Hemsworth in his full, beautiful glory. That's the only good thing to come out of that terrible movie. And then there was that one a few years ago as well with like Lily Collins. I don't remember that one being terrible, but I remember I only watched it once. But so yeah, fan of it. Hopefully, I mean, that means that she actually will put care into what she's doing. That's extremely important in Hollywood nowadays. But let's get back to that. There's the tweet. Mark Webb, whose credits include 500 Days of Summer, can't stand that movie. I don't care if you like it. It's not my type of movie. The Amazing Spider-Man film, can't stand that movie either. Films with Andrew Garfield is directing the movie production on the small untitled film is expected to begin sometime in 2022. Okay, then I hope for this guy's sake that this movie's actually good, because out of the track record that they just gave him as his resume, I'm not impressed at all. All right, here we go. Rachel's extraordinary vocal abilities are just the beginning of her gifts. Okay, so see, that's one of the most important things right there. She's going to be singing, someday my prince will come, whistle while you work. She's got to be a good singer. So there you go. Okay, Rachel's extraordinary vocal abilities are just the beginning of her gifts. Okay, nothing about social justice, nothing about virtue signaling. It's literally just she's an extraordinary singer. That's why we picked her. This is so promising compared to the rest of the way Hollywood does shit nowadays. Let's see. Her strength, intelligence, and optimism will become an integral part of rediscovering the joy of the classic Disney fairy tale, Webb said in a statement. Okay, I think this is the most important thing. This should have been their catch line. Nothing about race, nothing about politics, nothing about social or political identity or, social politics or any of that construct. It's literally, she's an extraordinary singer, she's strong, intelligent, and she's optimistic, and she's going to be freaking awesome. Okay, this makes me so much more reassured about this movie, but let's keep reading. Disney has been in development on this live-action Snow White since 2016. As previously announced, Mark Platt is serving as producer with I don't know how to say this guy's name, Justin Paul, and songwriter duo behind the tunes for La La Land, The Greatest Showman, and Dear Evan Hansen. Set to write new music for the film, enduring songs from the original cartoon, including Hi Ho, Someday My Prince Will Come, and Whistle While You Work. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, based on the Brothers Grimm fairy tale, was released in 1937, the one that started it all, Disney's first full-length animated feature film, and marketed Disney's first animated feature film since the story of Princess whose wicked stepmother attempts to poison her with a tempting apple has been adapted several times, including 2012's Mirror with Julie Roberts and Lily Collins. Hey, I talked about that earlier. As well as the Universal's darker tale, Snow White and the Huntsman. Shit movie. Don't ever watch. Movie's fucking shit. Don't ever watch this shit. Starring Charlize Theron and Kristen Stewart. Blech. Charlize Theron, not so much. Charlize Theron is fantastic when she gets good roles. This movie was fucking shit, though. Disney also working on live-action remake of The Little Mermaid with Halle Berry. Did I say that right name? No, Halle Bailey, excuse me. Set to play Ariel, Pinocchio starring Tom Hanks and Lilo and Stitch. How the hell are they going to do that? With director John M. Chu, as well as the prequel to its 2019 reimagining of The Lion King. They're going to make a prequel to The Lion King? Oh my god, do I live under a rock? Is this news? How come I haven't heard that? This is the most important thing I've read in this entire article. Prequel to its 2019 reimagining of The Lion King. They're doing a prequel to The Lion King? What the hell? Is it going to be about Scar and Mufasa? All right, well, it's up on IMDb. It's called Untitled Lion King Prequel. All right, well, I mean, they kind of had a prequel with, Lion King 1.5. Yeah, that was kind of a prequel. Simba, having become king of the Pride Lands, is determined for his cub to follow his footsteps while the origins of his late father Mufasa are explored. Okay, so it's a mix of Lion King 1.5, Lion King 2 with Kiara and Kovu, And I guess we're going to go learn about Scar and Mufasa. All right. Is there any other information? Doesn't seem like it. So, all right. Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. Back to Snow White. So, my opinion on this is that it seems like they genuinely just hired the best person for the role, and they were blown away by her performance in the filming of Steven Spielberg's new West Side Story movie, because she's going to play Maria, which is, again, the lead female role. Because West Side Story is, if you guys don't know what West Side Story is, it's basically Romeo and Juliet with New York gangs, the Jets, what is the other one, the Sharks? It's been a long time since I've seen West Side Story, so forgive me on that. All I remember is that the guy that plays like the Romeo character, his name is Tony, and my dad's name is Tony, so I was like, hey, that's my dad. But anyways, seems like the one little thing that it says down here, she just, extraordinary vocal abilities are just the beginning of her gifts. Her strength, intelligence, and optimism will become an integral part of rediscovering the joy of this classic Disney fairy tale. So, this makes me feel a lot more better about this. I love Disney princess movies. I will watch them, even if they are terrible. I'll give them a shot. Like I said, I gave Snow White and the Huntsman a shot. That was a pretty big olive branch I lent out to them, and they did not deliver on this. So, based off of this, I'm optimistic. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. I know a lot of people aren't very happy about this. Like I said earlier, I grew up watching Brandy's Cinderella. My favorite live-action version is Cinderella. When you hire the best people for the job and you do a colorblind casting, or if you're going to do something where you explain why people are, I don't know, maybe a different ethnicity, why they're in a different time period, like a modern or a futuristic, or they're already medieval, like a steampunk version. If there's a reason for it and you explain it, that's fine. Or if there's not a reason for it, they're just like, hey, we just want to do a colorblind casting. We're not going to explain why, none of this makes sense. Why in Brandy Cinderella, again, black queen, white king, Asian son. Doesn't make any sense. But they're just like, fuck it. Best people for the job. We're not going to explain anything. I'm fine with that too. I'm optimistic. Let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. And everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. May the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.